equation, and we know that current flowing IL is 1 by L VL dt. So 1 by L VL is VI minus V naught into dt. So IL is VI minus V naught divided by L, which is a constant value, into dt. Okay, so this is the slope. This is basically the slope at which the current is increasing, because during charging current will increase and during discharging current will decrease. This is the charging mode. 1 minus DTS mode is the charging mode. So current is getting increased with slope Vi minus V naught divided by L. And switch current IS1 switch current is IL. Obviously you can see that the current flowing through switch 1 is equals the current flowing through switch 1 is equals to IL current, and obviously also equal to I naught current. This is what being reflected. The current flowing through to switch S1 is IL equals to IR, and the switch VS2 is equals to VI. You can see that the switch VS2, which is open, this is closed, the switch S1 will be VS1 will be 0, and switch VS2 in this loop you can see it is equals to VI. So your switch VS2 is VI, IS2 no current is flowing to switch S2, IS2 is 0, and your VS1 ideally this is short circuited, so VS1 is 0, VS2 is VI equals to VI, and IS2 current, no current is flowing through that, that's why it is equals to 0, and your I naught current is equals to IL equals to switch current IS1 or equals to source current. This is what done in DTS operation. In 1 minus DTS operation, that is the second mode of operation, 1 minus DTS operation. In 1 minus DTS operation, you can see over here, in this switch is open, S1 is off, S2 is on, hence the VS1 voltage across this switch is equals to, when you will apply in this loop, equals to VI input voltage, and the current through I switch S1 is equals to 0 because it is open circuited. The voltage VS2 across this switch is 0 because this is short circuited. Okay, and the current flowing through this, because inductor will change the polarity, and current flowing through this is I naught equals to IL again, and you will apply KVL in this, then what will come, this is short, your VL plus minus plus VL plus minus V naught, so VL equals to V naught in this loop. So what is being reflected in 1 minus DTS operation, that is switch V naught is equals to VL equals to minus V naught, switch 1 is off, switch S2 is on, IL is 1 by L VL dt, which VL is minus V naught into dt. So inductor is lying linearly with slope of, so inductor is decreasing with slope of minus V naught by L. IS2 current is equals to IL, and IS1 current is 0 because it is open circuited. I already told you in the circuit, and your VS1 voltage is equals to VI, VS2 is 0 because it is short circuited. So we can see that IL having a slope VI minus V naught divided by L slope in DTS mode. In 1 minus D into TS mode, it is having slope as V minus V naught by L. It means that it consists some average component and oscillating component of the current, or in other words we can say that inductor current component compose two parts, mainly DC component and AC component, because it contains some ripples, so that ripples are in the form of AC, because we want only DC at the output side, but AC is also there, that is a form of ripple, so it contains both DC component and AC component. DC component can flow through the capacitor, therefore it will flow through load part. Obviously the capacitor is playing at the output side, you can see the capacitor has been placed at the output side. So here that is being written, the DC component current flow through the capacitor, DC component can't flow, DC component current can't flow through the capacitor, therefore it will flow through the load part. All the DC component will flow through the load part because it can't flow through the capacitor. AC component will flow through the capacitor part. So for a steady state analysis, what is to be done for steady state analysis? Switch S1 S2 have no on state drop. This is the assumptions for steady state analysis. Winding resistance of the inductor is 0. No loss in the converter. Equivalent series resistance equal to 0. Now what is the input output relationship? That we know. Inductor voltage, actually the energy of the inductor remains constant. Apply volt second balanced rule to inductor, that is area under the voltage across the inductor in one period under steady state condition should be 0. So what is happening? The current is increasing in inductor and then current is decreasing in inductor. So area across this will be equals to 0. So the energy in the steady state will be equals to 0. So first in DTS mode, what was the voltage across inductor is Vi minus V naught, and it is in DS mode, so multiply by DTS plus what was the voltage in 1 minus DTS mode is minus V naught, we already seen that, so multiply by 1 minus DTS, that will be equals to 0. The average voltage across the inductor will be 0. So solving this equation, what will be having? By solving this equation, we will be getting V naught equals to dVi. You solve this equation, you will get V naught equals to dVi, where d is the duty cycle, or you can denote duty cycle by alpha also, where d is equals to 0 to 1. So you apply d from 0 to 1, always you will be getting lesser voltage than Vi. So V naught is always less than Vi because d is from 0 to 1. So it's a step down of buck converter. For 100% efficiency, we know that Pi will be equals to P naught. So V in into I in equals to V naught into I naught. So I in equals to d I naught. So this is the relation, V naught equals to dVi and I in equals to dV naught. So we stop over here. Next time we will see inductor values also for this buck converter.